Card number 21 from the 1953 Bowman color set. You guys know this guy. You've seen him before. You know who it is. Joe Garagiola. Catcher for those Pittsburgh Pirates. The 1952 season was Joe's first full one with those Pittsburgh Pirates. He had 94 hits for a total of 141 bases. Joe has been in baseball since 1942. I've actually been reading a little bit about Joe because he's good friends with Yogi Berra, which I'm sure most of you know. And I'm reading a biography of Yogi. And so Joe shows up quite a bit since they grew up together. None of that's on the back of the card, by the way. I totally went off. I went off on my own tangent. Where was I? He's been in baseball since 1942, although he lost 3 years in the service during the war. I'm going to set this card aside because we are going to have a war-themed session coming up. I usually don't broadcast or forecast the sessions a lot of times because I'm not even sure what the next session is going to be, but we will be having a war-themed session in the near future, and also I'm going to make sure to pull this card aside. He began with Springfield, then went to Columbus, and finally up to the St. Louis Cardinals, except for a brief trip to Columbus in 1948. Sorry, it's a little dark in here, guys. I can't read in the dark. Joe remained with the Cards until his trade to Pittsburgh. And shout out to Mook, but there's no information filled in for 1953, but that's okay. It's still a cool card. If you haven't already noticed, this is not a show. This is a hangout for fellow vintage collectors, whether we have guests or not. And I heard Sammy say during his session that I'm sure Alex will have guests. I don't have any guests planned, but what I do have planned is a good time wasted looking at and talking about old cardboard, because we do try to make it time well wasted on Cardroom Live, and that's what we've been doing for exactly 5 years now. If you're here with us live, welcome to my fellow YouTubers, welcome to the commenters, to the folks from all over social media land. If you're new to Cardroom Live, don't be afraid to say hello at the bar. And when I say the bar, I mean the chat. You're among cardboard friends. This is the live stream where everybody knows your name. It may take us a few tries to learn yours, but pop up a few Sundays in a row and we will learn your name soon enough. If you're listening to this later, you may be going to work or coming home from work. Perhaps you're sorting cards, looking at eBay or auction sites. Perhaps you're trying to recover from the National. I'm not, because I didn't go this year, but I'm sure many people are in recovery mode. Maybe they're still on their way home. Maybe you're rolling out the meatballs, walking the dog, sitting on the john, putting the kids to bed, battling raccoons in the backyard. I haven't seen any raccoons in my backyard, knock on wood. Although I know our friend Rick Acosta has seen quite a few. Perhaps you're wondering if Eddie Wakis will come up in conversation. I can almost guarantee that he will. I'm going to pull this aside just to make sure that he will. Perhaps you're wondering what other kind of Mike foolery we'll get into tonight. There's already been some Mike foolery in the chat. I can see it. Whatever you may be doing, I hope you get something out of it. If you want to get in touch or have ideas for future sessions, you can email me at bowman53channel@gmail.com. You can find me on Instagram, bowman53_Alex. On X, 1953 Bowman Color, and on Blue Sky, Bowman53. And of course, all that information can be found right below my mug in the description. This session of Cardroom Live is brought to you by Golden Stamps, made by Simon & Schuster of New York. You can get picture stamps in full color of some of your favorite teams, including the Brooklyn Dodgers, the New York Giants, the Cleveland Indians, and the Milwaukee Braves. And in case you're curious of what they look like, well, here's a sample of what these beautiful golden stamps may look like. And of course, it's going to depend on your team and what the photographer did that day. But the Brooklyn Dodgers got very lucky with some beautiful photographs with some nice blue skies and clouds in the background here. And Some fantastic players. Again, the Dodgers, the Giants, the Indians, and the Braves. And then there's the stamp book where you can add your players to the collection next to interesting facts like batting averages, life stories, team histories, and even the seating plans of the home ballparks, some of which don't exist anymore. Start collecting your full color picture stamps today and get that stamp book started, y'all. So, good evening to everybody. It's August. The trade deadline is upon us, and there's all sorts of silliness going on at the bar. Let's see who's first. It's Andrew, Drew from Clean Cheap Shots, and he's made an unusual request at the bar, which I'm sure somebody will take care of, but it won't be the Reindeer Studios wrench holder. But he's actually going to pitch in and grab one from the fridge. Scott tends to take care of the day-to-day things and like putting people's YouTube links up on the screen. He's not really the one behind the bar. That's this guy's job, Mike, the sports history collector. You know what would be interesting if everybody actually kept a list of all the drinks that they've ordered over the years. And then when we actually have an in-person meeting, let's just have all those drinks. The dog ate my card is here with some complaints about the pizza. I think if Cardroom Live actually were a bar, we'd be one of those bars on one of those reality TV shows that like one of those chefs like Gordon Ramsay comes to and like tears apart because we've got all sorts of health code violations and it's like it's not that kind of bar, right? It's like everybody loves the bar, but they're not going there for the food, right? They're going there for the chatter. Jay Hawker Vintage Cards is here. Good evening to you. Is Scott ready to tell rookie tales of the Sabre convention? Absolutely. There's plenty of national recaps to go around. But what about the Sabre convention? I would really love to hear about that. Yeah, somebody heard doggone, and the doggone ate my card. So apparently we're ordering chocolate milk tonight. You never know what's going to happen on Cardroom Live. So apparently, and also there's a drone. I don't hear anything. I don't see anything. There's not much to see. Howdy from sizzling Tucson. Take care out there from Yank Me Card Steve. We actually got some rain today here in Savannah. Very happy because it's been blistering hot and dry for quite a long time. So always good to get some rain. The White Sox fan card collector. Good evening, everyone, and go Sox. Sven Patrick is here. Good evening to you. What's up, gang? Happy Sunday. Mike Polina is here. The Dodgers get richer. And does anyone know where I can find a national video? Somebody help Mike out with his Mike foolery. Confluence Sports Cards, Ruben is here. Hello, fellow card degenerates. Perfect. Melissa, the sports guru, is here. Welcome to you. The Spartan Card Collector. Wait, is this Goof Wilson's channel? Hello, sports card collectors. Does he still do that? I haven't watched one of those videos in like 6 years, so I have no idea. Stephen with the PH is here. Good evening to you. Mitchell is prepared to do a preview video of the 2027 National. That is getting ahead of things, Mitchell. You are more than on top of things. Pastor Craig's Vintage Cards is here. Good to see you, sir. Peacemaker Cards is here. As I'm going through the rest of these and saying hello to people, those of you that went to the National, how was your time? What's your takeaway? I mean, obviously, I'm sure many of you that are YouTubers will be doing some videos or maybe have done some videos. I've tried to watch a couple of them. And I've tried to keep up with them as I can. But what's your short takeaway? What was your experience like? What was unique about it? What was positive about it? What are some things perhaps that you didn't like about it, if anything? Just curious what your takeaways were. Carl from Oz is here. Okay, Carl, I will definitely be in touch. Mr. Brian B. Roth 6, hello, friends from the Jet Bridge of LaGuardia Airport, Post National. Safe travels, Brian. Hope you had a good time. Sorry to have missed you. Ruben, I missed out on my first 1953 Bowman color by $1 the other night. What? I don't follow. Nothing should hold you back from getting your first 1953 Bowman color. Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. Lonely Basement Baseball Cards is here. Peter B is here. Don't text and drive. Absolutely. Seriously, like, don't text and drive, guys. Don't text and drive. I see far too many people doing it, and it freaks me out. And, I don't care if you sound fuddy-duddy or whatever when you say it. Don't do it. Do not do it. It's not worth it. Nobody's texting anything. There's no auction. There's no eBay search. There's no YouTube comment. There's no text message that's worth your life. So don't text and drive. That's your PSA for tonight. Ross loves cards. Good evening to you. A wins against replacement discussion. Sure, let's do it. You start us off. You start us off, Mitchell. Yeah, we do not have a guest tonight. We do not have a topic tonight. This is a regular, good old fashioned Card Room Live of absolutely nothing. This is the live stream about nothing. So bring it to the table, guys. You got a topic. You have a gripe. You have an issue you want to talk about. Bring it up. Let's talk about it. Mr. Wilhelm, good evening to you. Picked up one of my goals of the National at 53 Bowman, 83 Jack Sour Mash Daniels. Awesome. Who was featured like a couple sessions ago, I think, when Pastor Craig was asking about all the other Braves cards in that set. And we talked a little bit about Jack Daniels. So that's cool. Let's see. Adam's Card Closet is here. Hello. Okay, cool. Joe's in your player run. I'm talking about this Joe for anybody that just showed up. Let's see. Jacob Dahl is here. Mr. Mookie Chilson is here with his trivia. Guess which YouTuber bought a stat back 1953 Bowman Walt Dropo moments before meeting Maxa Jackson at the National? This is not a hard trivia question, Mookie, but I appreciate the effort. I'm going to excuse you from the sort of mediocrity of that trivia question, considering you're probably a little jet lagged. I think it's you. I think you're the one that bought that card. But my question is, did you and Max talk about your 53 Bowman stat back? And also, did you see Max purchase any cards? Did he purchase any New York Giants cards? Did he buy oh shoot, I'm totally forgetting. I'm sure he got something. I'm sure he did. But the question is, did you follow him around? Another wrench holder, Mr. Stuke. Scott is here. Jabs family. Why are we talking about? Why are we bringing up all these? Okay. A's fan Jim is here. Greetings from California. Mr. Reese Andy Card Ranger is here. Incorrect answers only. Ray from Philly's here. What's up, Ray? 12-hour drive. Incredible. That's right, the Cleveland Indians. Wow, I'm really far behind. I'm gonna try to catch up. I am the vintage stamp pusher, but only these. Like I don't push any other vintage stamps. At least I haven't. Maybe I'll start doing that. Maybe I'll change my channel name. Killabrew 3, Kurt. Good evening, hobby friends reporting from Manitoba. Welcome to you, sir. You have the 42 Yankees set on the stamps. Very cool. Picker Jim, very good to see you, sir. Hope you're doing well. Always nice to see you. Jacob says, my bar drink is a glass of water. Fair enough. Hammer 44 is here. Look, all the Braves fans suddenly showed up. Did something happen in Braves land? That you guys all showed up at the same time? Carlisle's now here. Good evening. Mike Good. Good to see you, sir. Gordon Ramsay was here. New change in the kitchen. Avocado salmon melts on special tonight. Yeah, I think if Gordon showed up, we'd all be fired. The place would be shut down on health violations. I don't think it would be good. Chris from Missouri's here. What's up? The National is so much fun. Truly, I can't miss event each year. And Brian would know because he's been quite a few times. Brian, how many times have you been to the National? Anybody else? Any National recaps or thoughts? Mook is still driving home. The National was wonderful. Great times with great people. That's really good to hear. Orlando's here. Collector's Dream. Hello. Mitchell says that it was nuts. So many more people than last year. Higher prices on popular cards, but tons of great people to talk with throughout the show. I don't know because I don't trust myself that I would be able to tell if there were more or fewer people than the last time I went. But I guess if like I can't move at all, then I'd be like, yeah, this is crazy. Because the two times that I've been, I haven't been that much, I guess, but the two times I've been, we've been packed. But I guess if it was so packed that I was like having to stand around in aisles and not move very quickly, then I would notice that there'd be a huge difference. Yeah, everybody drive carefully. I'm glad everybody's saying that. Orlando is home and tired. A's fan Jim, I did not go to the National, but I did go to a card show and picked up a Willie Stargell auto. Nice. Good for you. Yeah, not everybody can go, but things are still going on, right? Yeah, CRL and driving. Yeah, the danger with Cardroom Live and driving is it might put you to sleep. So not recommended, unless you're not the driver. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, even if you're the driver, I don't know. Maybe if you put your headphones on and you're not driving, it might be okay. Texting and driving is only allowed while taking drink orders at the CRL bar. Jack Daniels' only baseball card as a major leaguer. Well, at least we have it, right? And I always say, the players that only had one card are so lucky that they were in the 53 Bowman color set, because there are several players that are only represented in that one set. What a hell of a set to be in. And it is a nice looking card. Of course it is. Mitchell says it was fun putting my new cards from the National into my card room displays. Absolutely. Always fun to add a new acquisition into your binder or into your displays or however you store your cards. Orlando says, met a viewer of my channel who's a bartender, and he showed me the 53 Bowman Jack Daniels he purchased. I guess that's who's in here, right? Yeah, that's right, Mr. Wilhelm. So it's like the connection has been made at Cardroom Live. That's what it's all about, guys. I heard Max was wearing some Ranger Studios t-shirts. That's as he should, as you all should. I'm sure there were lots of Ranger Studios shirts at the National. Let's see. Stu says I spent a good chunk of time at the 50% off booth, packed booth. Nice. Makes a lot of sense. So I've caught up, guys. What about the rest of you? What are some takeaways from your National? What was your favorite part? What was your favorite experience at the National? Who are some of the folks that you met for the first time? Give them a shout out. Let's see what the experience was like. While I'm waiting for those comments, I'll share a few cards that I pulled. And this is a shout out to our good friend, the Drew of Vintage Legacy. There's a lot of Nationals videos going on right now, of course, as there should be, National updates and recaps and all of that sort of thing, as there normally are this time of year. But tucked in there amongst all of those videos, the Drew posted a video fairly recently that I enjoyed watching today, and I'm going to try to find it, which is a bit perilous because I'm not doing it in a very efficient way. I'm just sort of like scrolling. I really should just type in Drew Vintage Legacy. I can find it. I believe in myself. There he is. It's a video that he entitled "Why I Love Cards with Clouds on Them." I'm going to post a link to his video in the chat, so you can bookmark it and check it out later. I really enjoy the video. In the video, Drew talks about why he kind of realized why he identifies with baseball cards that feature clouds in the background, and there's like a personal connection that he has to those cards, and he shares that story. But he also shares a handful of cards from his collection, and he does it with the backdrop of a really appropriate backdrop. I won't spoil it for you, but it's a really appropriate and kind of amazing backdrop. But in honor of that video by Drew, I went through my set. I did a video about this subject, this very subject, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, because there are a lot of wonderful cloud cards, what I like to call cloud cards, in the 53 Bowman color set. So I'm just going to share these with you because it's fun to kind of, I think it's fun to kind of look through your set with different things in mind that you might notice about that set, because it kind of helps you reappreciate your cards with a different perspective or a different mindset. And so these are not in any particular order. They're just totally random, but they all have something in common. They're all beautiful and they all have clouds in them. Here's Allie Clark. What you'll notice is there's a ton of Philadelphia Athletics cards with beautiful clouds in the background, starting with Allie Clark. You all know this card, I'm sure. Beautiful card. I think this is Whitey Ford's nicest card. Clyde Vollmer. This is a fun card because Clyde is with the Senators, but clearly was with the Red Sox when this photograph was taken, but in a sort of tricky way. They kind of get away without having to airbrush him here. In terms of the angle, you can still see the Sox logo and everything, but it's fairly hidden well in terms of the angle of the photograph. I showed this card a couple weeks ago. Joe Adcock, beautiful card. Another couple of Philadelphia Athletic players here. Actually, all three of these. Alex Kellner, pitcher at Yankee Stadium, of course. Golly Moses, it's Wally Moses, manager. Can't really. I guess this counts as a cloud card. Suitcase Harry Simpson. Fun card. Nearly impossible to find without this little print mark right next to his hat. I gave up after a while. There are some out there, but I just accepted the print mark. Another Philadelphia Athletic card. It was just a beautiful day. The day that the Athletics had their photo shoot. Joe Astroth. This is one of my absolute favorite common cards. This is just an absolutely gorgeous card. Walter Hoot Evers of the Boston Red Sox. That's just gorgeous. In Yankee Stadium. If you're a Red Sox fan, you should have this card. Screams 50s vintage. Another Philadelphia Athletic, Gus Zernial. Kind of an all-American baseball looking shot here. I'll stop here for a second. There's way more, but let's see what's going on here in the chat. Scott, are you working on any new paintings? I bet you the answer is yes, 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 all the time. Absolutely, which is always exciting. Scott is a prolific creator. That is for sure. received my SFS shirts yesterday from Hobby Palooza, wearing it proudly. Melissa, I hear Scott is going to paint Warren D like in Titanic. Really? Well, I hope that that's filmed. The 1888 Goodwin Champions King Kelly is a great cloud card. That might be the king of cloud cards. I absolutely agree. That's a gorgeous card. Okay, so I get the approval from Pastor Craig that the 53 Bowman is Whitey Ford's best. I'm glad we're on the same page about that. Do you ever call pretzels Whitey Whackers? No, I can't say that I ever have. What's up? Don from Don's Field of Dreams cards is here. I'm wearing my Field of Dreams shirt tonight, so it's only appropriate that Mr. Field of Dreams is here. Good to see you, Don. I've met a ton of people. Just thought I would share. Okay, Melissa, were you at the National? 1959 Killebrew has a nice sky, a clear space for a moonshot. Okay, let me look it up real quick. 1959 Killebrew. Absolutely. Yeah. Let me. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. Let me get this up on the screen here. Enjoy that silence, everybody. Here we go. I'm sure you all know this card, but it's worth looking at it again. Gorgeous. Fun card. Very nice. White Sox fan card collector. I think the majority of the T206 cards with the sky in the background are beautiful sunsets. Yes, and that's true because they're not just I mean there are some, there are definitely some with clear blue skies or clouds or whatever, but there's a lot of sunset cards in that set. Just in time for a kneeling card, of course. And it's not hard to find kneeling cards in the 53 Bowman set. If I wanted just one of his cards, it's the 53 Bowman. Yeah, it's great, right? I think it's a gorgeous card. The Phillies guy's here. Late, but better late than never. No national for you. Okay, all right. Maybe there's next year. I have to decide what I'm going to do. National or Strongsville, or honestly, I might be doing Sabre. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Whoa, 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 whoa! There's an earthquake. Okay, I'm good. How about Billy Goodman of those Boston Red Sox? This is a fun spring training photograph. You see no sprawling urban environment behind him, just some trees and some eagerness to field that ball. Home Red Sox uniform. But what about all the Hall of Famers? Where are the Hall of Famers, guy? Aren't there any Hall of Famers with clouds? Okay. How about this guy? There's a beautiful card. Hanging out on the dugout steps. Playing with his grip. Shooting a dirty look to the batter's box. That's what it looks like to me. Early win. It's in Alabama, really? Okay, hey, that's even better for me. Maybe I could drive. The highs and lows of CRL. I think it's mostly the lows. I don't know if there are highs. I'm just kidding. Of course, there are the highs. This might be the low right here. This is the this could be the low. Let's see. Absolutely, the Diamond Stars cards have some really interesting choices for sure. I love that set, and you know something about that set. Frank Speck Shea. I love this card for two reasons. One, it's such a fun angle because it's like he's winding up and he's obviously supposed to be throwing in the other direction, but he's kind of looking back at the camera like he's saying, just wait till you see where this pitch goes, right before he throws it. Also, this is the gentleman that helped out Mr. Robert Redford with his style of play for the natural. Here's another one. And actually, these kind of go nicely together. And you can kind of tell they were taken the same day in the same conditions. This is Pete Reynolds, obviously the same team. Probably spring training photographs. Any Washington Senators fans out there, these are nice cards to get. Beautiful looking cards. This is maybe one of my favorite cards of, just collecting the set. And honestly, I think it's because of the video that I made for the card. Those of you guys that have been around for a while know that I made 53-second videos for every single one of the cards in this set. And the video I made for this card might be my favorite one that I ever did. It's just kind of a surreal image if you look at it, because there's nothing but the clouds in the background, and the clouds themselves are I'm not a meteorologist, so I can't describe them, but they're just interesting, and it's kind of beautiful, and I don't know, I just really like that card. Can't explain it. Not going to try. Another Philadelphia A's player who's just absolutely thrilled to be making a play, and it's like the ball's already in his glove, but he's still mugging for the camera. And this is another photograph from spring training, but it's a beauty. The 53 Dobie, I'm not sure if it does. I didn't necessarily grab it, so I'm not sure. Let me take a look. Carly Simon has clouds in her coffee. Absolutely. Carly Simon has an interesting connection to baseball. Her family grew up friends with Jackie Robinson and his wife. And she grew up playing with Jackie Robinson's kids because they were neighbors. So be careful what you joke about, Mike, because we'll find a way to make it connect back to baseball. Shout out to all the Indians fans in here / Guardian fans. Dale Mitchell. I always look at this card and think Dale looks like a grandpa here putting on his uniform one last time. But it's misleading because Dale Mitchell, as I always like to point out, was a hell of a hitter. He was a machine from what I recall learning about him when I got this card and looked him up. Another Indian, perhaps a little better known, Mr. Bob Feller. Some people don't like this card, and some people have better sense. That's just the way it goes, I guess. I'm just joking, of course, to each their own. The fireballing right-hander is one of the all-time great pitchers of baseball, period. I mean, really, there you go. Whoever was writing this knew what they were talking about. That's right, daughter of Simon from Simon & Schuster Publishing fame. That's right, absolutely. That's correct. 1952 Mother's Cookies Joe Gordon has a wonderful blue sky. All right, let's look it up. Yeah, guys, it doesn't have to just be me looking at these cards. We can just call out cloud cards. 1952 Mother's Cookies Joe Gordon. I don't know why I was saying it with an accent. Why not? Joe Gordon. Beautiful blue sky. Yes. Mother's cookies are really interesting cards. I know Mitchell knows that because he just picked one up at the National. Check out his video. Not necessarily a fantastic copy of this card, but we'll take a look at it nevertheless, just to enjoy the blue sky. Here it is, Joe Gordon. It's got some tape on it. Looks like Joe actually signed this one too. Got some registration issues, but who cares? It's a fun card. Yeah, the background is very surreal, very sort of like T206-ish in terms of just like making up a sort of fantasy backdrop for the image of the player. Cool. You're so vain. You probably think this live stream's about you, right? Where's Warren D in the CLE? He's probably asleep, or he's like on his way back, right, from the National. We'll forgive him this time. Annie the dog ate my card. One of my favorite Sky cards, and a great one from the 52 top set, is Bubba Church. Hey, maybe Bubba Church. Maybe you could do a Bubba Church like blue sky run. Let's see, or like cloud run. What did you say? 52 tops, 1952 tops. My friend Bubba Church. Oh yeah, yeah. Amazing. That's a really awesome card, actually. I might have to get it and do a Bubba Church display. Awesome. Here we go. I mean, come on. That's beautiful. Bubba. And it's great because it's sort of like different parts. I wonder if there's like other Bubba Church cloud cards where we can kind of like finish the sequence. Because here he's like leaning in, he's in the stretch, he's looking in for the signal. In the 53 Bowman, he's followed through and the pitch is already in. Yeah, great one. Carlisle says 1952 Bowman. Sam Jester, yes, and I can see it in my head. Let's look it up. 1952 Bowman. Jethro. Yeah. It's a little, I mean, if I want to complain a little bit, because I like to complain, it's a little frustrating that like it's cropped so that you can't. I mean, it looks. I'm guessing he's got his bat in hand or something, or maybe I don't know. Maybe he isn't. I'm not sure. I kind of wish I could see his hand or the bat if he's holding his bat or whatever. But it's a beautiful card for sure, and I love that you get the Braves emblem on his sleeve. That's a good one. Uh, 1951 Bowman. Johnny's saying, does it count if they're painted? Sure, why not? The last thing we do on this live stream is follow rules. 1951 Bowman. Sane. Sure, that's a fun one. Oh, you guys can. I was gonna. You guys could see what I was doing already. Never mind. There's one that's autographed. Looks like it's got some gunk on it, but who cares? It's autographed. That's a fun one. 54 Bowman Hodges looks like Gil is flying through a bright blue sky. Absolutely. And also, I would say his dandy chips one is similar. Is Bubba Church the founder of Church's Chicken? I would love if that were the case. Let's just say that he is. Why don't we just say that? We can say that. In the world of Cardum Live, Bubba Church is synonymous with chicken. Cardum Live serves Bubba Church's chicken. How about that? Sam Jethro, according to Reindeer Studios, was a great Cleveland Buckeye. A little bit of trivia for you. The 1951 Bowman mantle has many clouds. It does. It also has many dollar signs. But very similar to the Sane photograph, or not photograph, card that we were looking at. Yes. Look at those clouds. And look at the grade. Let's just admit the grade is pretty insane. Let's see. I'm getting lost in these comments. One of my favorite Sky cards is the 56 Tops Spawn, says Mitchell. 1956. Oh, yeah. And Mitchell, I saw that you picked this card up not too long ago. I feel like, or maybe I saw you posted on Instagram. I can't remember, but this is one of my absolute favorite 1956 Tops cards. I haven't gotten it yet, but it's on my wish list, just because I think it's a really unusual. It's a really unusual card because usually in this set, the you have the foreground of the portrait, right? The player, and the background is like an action shot, right? And this one is an action shot, but it's such a low angle that you can't see the ground, and the ground is basically the bottom of the card, and the rest of it is just the sky and the polo grounds, basically. I guess I don't know. Is it the polo ground? I would assume it is. It may not be. I'm not sure, but it's such an unusual angle, and it's so cool because it kind of feels like Spawn is just like, I don't know. It's like he's floating or something. I just really like that card. I think it's a really cool angle. The 52 Bowman Bubba Church. 1952 Bowman Church. Let's just. Oh, yeah, for sure. I don't know that I knew all this time that Bubba ended up on the Phillies at one point or another. Is that on the back of this card? Let's see. It might be. Yeah, Bubba began his 1952 season with the Phillies. There you go. His original major league team, and then he appeared before that in 2 games for them. He came to the Cincinnati Reds. Bubba was with the Phils in 1950. Cool. Yeah, more clouds. Bubba and clouds and chicken all go together. Yeah, probably the most expensive cloud. You're paying for those clouds if you're getting the 51 mantle. Yeah, the 52 Stallmeyer. Maybe that's all those Hodges cards. The clouds. Something about Pino Man and clouds. Those are different clouds. Alex, when's your next cup of coffee? I don't know. I had a cup of coffee today, but the cup of coffee you're talking about, I don't know. I have not really, honestly, I haven't really been thinking about it. I want to. I haven't had a strong idea about it, and it has to be a strong idea. It has to be something that I'm really motivated to do. Otherwise, it just won't happen. So I need to sit down and think about it. I appreciate you asking, Mike. I do enjoy making those videos. I wish I had more time to focus on them. I would love to get back into making more videos more often. I just don't see it happening anytime soon. And my life is about to get super busy, and it has been already, and it's about to get even more busy. Nothing bad, all good things, but it's just hard. And when I do have time, I've got another project that I'm working on that is baseball related, but it's not YouTube video related. So it's hard to find time. But I appreciate you asking, and I'm gonna make an effort to figure out what it is, because it's a fun thing to do, to get to make those videos and to share them with you guys. It is an unusually flattering card of Spawn, right? Well, hey, I think Spawn has some. I mean, I love his 53 Bowman. Uh, I know you're making a joke, but yeah, I get it. But I do think, all jokes aside, that Spawn has some really nice looking cards. I can't remember if it's 51 or the 52. It's the one where he's got the leg kick and it's got the green like fence background. That's a great card too. Mitchell says, I bought it from a card shop during COVID in 2020. Oh, the Spawn card. I had to wear a mask and socially distance myself from the employee. Doesn't that feel like ages ago? I mean, I know it wasn't, but like COVID and all of that stuff, like thank goodness most of that is in the rearview mirror at this point. Crazy times. Um, Look at the face on the left side of the cloud on the Spawn. What are you talking about? Let me pull up the Spawn photograph again. I'm afraid to pull up the Spawn card again. Look at the face on the left side of the cloud. Oh, like you're looking into the cloud to see a face. You see a face in the cloud. Um, Maybe that's a kind of fun game to see. What do you see in the cloud shape? Um, I don't know. All I see is that this is a mint 9, and I'm not buying it. That's all I see. But I like the card. Segue to an earlier mention of the war. Emery Nicholas Bubba Church served in the United States Army Air Forces during World War II, serving in the China, Burma, India theater. Thank you for that. And thank you, Bubba. Clearly, a Bubba Church Cloud checklist will be joining the PSA registry so shortly. Yes, I'm a big fan of Bubba. So if we want to bring Bubba Church into the lexicon, I'm fine with it. Speaking of cloud cards, before I forget, because I promised he would come up, here's a nice cloud card. It's not from the 53 Bowman color set, but it's notable. And if you want to take a moment and read the back of this card, there's some fascinating information about Eddie Wakis and his big and his biggest thrill. um, yeah, it's bound to happen. Very cool. Orlando will be on with Theo at 9 p.m. to talk about the National. So everybody make sure that you head over there shortly to talk with Orlando and Theo. Junk Wax needs some love. 86 Ricky Henderson. And let's see. Let's start with that. Um, Scott Cunningham. Oh, you're talking about this. Yeah, that's fun. Let's see if I can get a nicer one or like a bigger version of it. Kind of tough to find. Okay, here's one. And it's signed. That's nice. Oh, shoot. It'll be worth it. There he is. I'm assuming you're talking about this one. Autographed. Very nice. The best photo of clouds. Which one was that? um, the chocolate milk has spoiled. Okay. Hi, Michael. Something came to my attention just now. Does the '89 Bowman Griffey have clouds? It's not '50s, but it's Bowman. Fair enough. Yeah. I mean, I know some people get upset that we tend to stay in the '50s. It's not on purpose. It just happens sometimes. But we can look at other cards. 1989 Bowman Ken Griffey. Well, it depends on the quality of the image. I don't think so. I think it's a nice cloudless day. But what do y'all think? The funny thing is that when I see this card, this is the card that I think of when I think of the Griffey craze because um, I don't think I saw the Upper Deck card for a while. Like as a kid, I didn't see it immediately, but my one of my best friends had this card, and so this was the card that we were excited about only because it was the card that I knew somebody had of Griffey. I didn't see the Upper Deck one for quite a while. Um, I know, right? Who knew? Valcor from the Never-Ending Story. All right, now we're talking. I saw Reptar from Regrets. Oh my gosh, we're in the last 10 minutes. This thing is totally off the rail. I love it. Um, there's Dan from Dan's Vintage Baseball PC. The best blue sky card is 1967 Venezuelan Louis Tiant. Let's go look it up. 19. I just read it and I already forgot. 1967. Vene Tiant. Sure. And I don't know that it's the best, Dan, but I can see somebody saying it and being like, "Yep." I mean, I can understand why this card would get a vote for best. It's pretty great. Oh, I gotta shrink it. There we go. Let me try to find a nicer. You never know when you're looking on the internets what kind of quality image you're going to see. This one's a little better. This is a great shot. I've seen it before, but nice to be reminded of it. That's a great image. Mike Good says maybe for a different, not a show with the name shows maybe for a different show with a name. How many different bubble cards there are, along with the names you don't hear anymore, such as Choo Choo Coleman, etc., etc. Right. You know who could help us with bubblegum cards would be our friend Jesse, Think Blue 77. Modern. We've got enough time for this 1991 Bowman Chipper Jones. Sure, that's a great sort of throwback image too. Like that would totally be appropriate for 53 Bowman, which of course is what they were kind of thinking about with those photographs, which is cool. All right, guys. Well, this was fun. We will definitely have some guests coming up in the next couple of weeks. I've got a little bit of traveling to do at the end of the month, but we'll stay on schedule for the most part, and we'll definitely be here next Sunday. If you enjoyed this live stream about nothing, give it a thumbs up. It matters. Tell your friends, tell your hobby friends. Join us next Sunday night. We've got a good one lined up. Until then, head over to Four Collectors for a chat with Theo and Orlando from Collector's Dream. The bar is closed, and we have to go through the inventory and throw out all the expired food and drinks. We'll try to clean it up for next time. Take care, everybody. Have a great week. See you next Sunday night.